get on the train. Okay. Ooh, I look glitchy. My internet better behave. Ooh, it's really glitchy. Well, sometimes it starts that way. Everything's plugged in. We're hardwired, right? We walk into my studio and just make sure that the hard drive that this is plugged into is that the plug hasn't fallen out or it fell off the thing or something. It's very weird. I've never. Okay, I am going to kind of glitchy, but I'm going to go live and hope that it clears up. Is that better? There it goes. Welcome back. Sorry about that. If you watch my show and you know me, there's always some kind of technical difficulties just to test me and see what my resolve and patience is like. Okay, so I'm going to bring on our guest, which is going to be unique for a couple of reasons that we'll talk about in a minute. So his name's Josh, and he is with Lagrone Cigar Company.
How's it going?
Hi. Good.
Hey.
So hopefully we're not going to have internet glitches. So I just want to say I'm excited to have you here. I was kind of telling you earlier that you are the first guest I've had that is a retailer of cigars. So I've had cigar manufacturers. I've had LA Active Smoke cigars. Some filmmakers, people like that, but I haven't had somebody who retails cigars, and I think that it's going to be kind of a nice discussion and interesting to hear how this works from your perspective. So, and there's a couple of things that we're going to talk about. One is you just started, so you just started a business, during very difficult times, and you're retailing cigars, and so you're doing a ton of work trying to get yourself out there, get known. And then we also just want to hear what all you do and what you offer. So, but the very first, I want to get smoking. So, and I show them what you sent me in the mail.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. Yeah.
So when I was first introduced to Lagrone Cigars, I got this beautiful box in the mail. So nice. So this is part, I mean, you all know that there are a few places out there where you can get a monthly subscription where cigars come in. You get, every month. So this would be one of those. So it's so nice. It's in this nice box because some of them are just in bags. Anyway, it's this nice box with the card in there. In the back. And it says, thank you for your support. And then you send this code, the QR code, with your camera so that you can get all of the information on the cigars. So there's the inside of the box. It's so cool. It's all, here. It's all black and white, which I love. And this really nice, classy bag. I think this is super classy packaging.
Thank you.
I really like it. It's really nice.
Presentation is everything.
I love these bags.
Yeah.
They just feel really sturdy and the cigars are really protected. So then inside, look at these beautiful cigars. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is Southern Draw Cedrus.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to light up. I'm really anxious to smoke it. This Kentucky Oh, I lost him.
There you go. I'm back. Okay.
I touched nothing. I swear. I swear. It wasn't me. Has on it, which I love. So I'm going to be really excited about this. You can't go wrong with AJ Fernandez. Look at this beautiful Monte Cristo. God, it's kind of. I got the sun shining in through some louvers here, so I'm. But anyway, that's beautiful. And then this great little thing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
They're No Evil.
Yeah.
Who's it by?
It's by Ezra and Zion.
Oh.
It's a company out of Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've had several of their cigars before, and they usually do unusual, fun.
Yeah. They're super unique. They're super unique.
Wow. That's a really, I mean, for 4 stars, that's 4 really different, but not so out there that you would go, what's that thing doing in there?
Right,
This Muat says Swamp Thing on the back.
Yeah. The Candela gives us the swamp feel.
That's great. So, I mean, that's 4 really nice cigars, too. So I'm really impressed with that. Okay, so now that I got that open and I showed everybody because I didn't want to disrupt it, I'm going to get my cigar lit. But in the meantime, just tell them about you and how long it has been since you actually started.
Okay, so as she stated, my name is Josh, owner of Lagrone Cigar Co. We're mainly a subscription service. We've got 3 different tiers that we have. One comes with 3 cigars. The next is 4 cigars, and our top tier is actually 6 cigars. And that's still a monthly subscription that you could, subscribe to, where you get them every month between the 1st and the 6th. Or you can just purchase 1 box and see how you like it. And if you want, you can repurchase a different box. But every box has different cigars for each month. So we always switch it up, try to keep you getting in a variety of boutique brands. And I love boutique brands. I love the hustle. I love to know that every cigar, like, there's no major backing or funding. So I've got quite a few boutique brands, but as you see, you can never go wrong with AJ Fernandez or Monte Cristo. So I have to throw that bad boy in there.
That's true. I mean, there are certain cigars you can never go wrong with, but I am like you, and I always talk about it. I have a lot of boutique cigar makers on here because it's kind of my favorite. I just kind of like it's like they're kind of mixing things up, doing things a little different. It's nice. So I really like that. So do you have a brick and mortar or are you online only?
So I do have a brick and mortar. So people are still able to come in. It's not a smoking lounge, not there yet, but it's a brick and mortar where you can come in and check out the whole humidor, pick out what you want. And we also have our subscription service where we mail out, and we also do delivery to the Reno Sparks area where I live. Obviously, like you said, I started during a rough time here in the back end of COVID, but people are still kind of sketchy about it. So we deliver. Yeah.
You know what? That's for you to start a business during this time that you want it bad.
Yeah. And it's definitely a joy of mine. Cigars are different. For me personally, I just love the community it brings. I love that you can get a different cigar, different taste, and none of it's flavored. It's just it's the tobacco. It's where it's grown. It's the region. It's the roller. All that stuff. So I love them. I love it.
Yeah. I always kind of say like the boutique cigars are kind of like the hippie generation. You know, they came on the scene and just started doing things different. And
exactly. Yeah.
You know, the old standard was kind of like, what the heck, is going on? And that, that's really kind of the beauty of any art, I think, is that you are always trying new things and you are always doing different stuff. And, I do know people who just say, I only smoke Cuban or Cuban style cigars. And I'm just like, you're missing out. Like you are missing out. Yeah. And, not to say that the big boys don't have passion, but I think when it's like you starting out a business, it's like you're pouring everything into it because you need to see it succeed. And I think the boutiques kind companies are like that. That's their dream, and they're pouring everything into it. You know, so.
Yeah.
So how do you choose how do you choose what cigars you're going to carry? Because you probably don't like them all, right? I mean,
right. Nobody
like
likes every
not all of
cigar.
them.
Yeah. I really, like I said, I dig deep into what they stand for. So like the Southern Draw, if you've ever had their 300 Hands series, it's a wonderful tribute to the actual workers that grow the tobacco, the rollers, the
Okay.
bunchers. And they're wonderful cigars. They've got a Maduro wrapper, they've got a Habano wrapper, and I think it's just those two. But
Okay.
I go about just checking out the websites. I'll purchase a couple on my own to try, and then I'll go that route. But there's so many out there now that it's hard to keep up.
Right.
So
I see cigars all the time, and I'm like, who the hell is that?
And I'm sure
it's true.
At PCA there are a ton of them, you know. But,
right.
It's a joy to see people pursuing their passion and going after it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and all you have to do is talk to them, and they get all excited about it. And
yes, you can definitely see it. Yeah,
delicious so far.
Yeah.
Wow. I've only had with Southern Draw. I've only had the Rose of Sharon.
And
which
is a great cigar too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to try this one.
Yeah. Yeah. There's another great one.
Earthy.
Super earthy.
Almost herbal.
Yes. And the cedrus title gives it away, but you'll start tasting that cedar, that woody earth. I love that cigar. It's a great cigar.
Really good. Okay, so I forgot. I mean, I guess I wasn't paying attention. Did you answer me? How do you pick your cigars? Like, do you listen to what people say? Like if you hear of a cigar frequently where people are saying, I like this cigar, then do you get that in?
Sometimes I do. But as a retailer, you have to sell. So if somebody's not coming to me wanting to buy a full box, I have to do more research and not just purchase a box just because I'm going to sell two to one person.
Right.
And I'm stuck trying to market a cigar that I know nothing about. And so how I go about it is I'll make contact with the manufacturer, and I'll actually purchase a couple of them just on my own, not as a retailer. Smoke one or two to see how I like it, what notes I get from it. That way I can give an accurate description to a consumer who may come into my store or somebody who may receive a box. Because where I live, Reno's a really tight community, and word gets around fast. And I'm one of three different retailers there.
Okay.
And so if I have something that somebody else doesn't have, it's a win. But at the same time, if it's not good, it's not going to sell.
Exactly.
So it's a different perspective for me. I honestly pay a lot of attention to the detail the manufacturer gives me in what their cigar is. If they're just trying to push off just cigar after cigar, I'm not really a fan. I want detail. I want attention to the product, and that's how I go about it.
Yeah, and have made more interesting or unusual ones. I think what's really neat too is there's a lot of boutique cigar company now too that have that are kind of giving back in different ways.
Yes, yeah.
Like I don't know if you've heard of Chaffio Brothers. They do the See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yes. Okay, I have. Yeah.
Okay, so they give proceeds to stop human trafficking.
Nice.
And it's just, it always strikes me as, wow, like there's these, well, I'm sure the big cigar companies do it too, but these little boutique companies that, are not making millions, Yeah. I mean, you're doing it you got to be doing it for the love. I've talked to so many people and they say, if you're not doing it because you love it and you have a passion for it, if you're just doing it to get rich, you're in the wrong business. And so just the fact that they're willing to give back, I mean, I just think that's pretty cool. It makes me want to smoke their cigars for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And because you know that the money is not only going to help them, but whatever tribute they're going to. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's exciting. So how long have you been smoking?
Oh man. So probably I'm only 32, so I've only been able to legally smoke for 11 years. But back when I graduated from college in 2011, my brothers and I would take frequent trips to Vegas, and so we go down there to Vegas, sit on the blackjack table, and get a cigar. At the time, we had no idea what we were doing. We're just, I'll take that one. Whatever one had a pretty band, you
Right.
know. So
Right.
we pick one, smoke it, love it. But it wasn't until probably 5 or 6 years ago that I really sat down and started enjoying the cigar, studying the cigar, knowing what wrappers I enjoyed, tasting for notes, tasting for flavors. And so it's been fairly a short journey for me, but I fell in love with it. And now I don't go anywhere without cigars. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It was like that for me too. My son had brought me cigars back from Italy, a box of Toscanos, and I smoked one, and I smoked the box, and then I was like, "Where do we get more of these?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "I have no idea. I got them in Italy." So, I was searching around cigar stores, and they're not very common in the States. But now I order them from Italiansmokes.com. But they just came out with a new cigar, and it was really fun. I just, they weren't at TPE, but they were at PCA. And so it was the first booth I went to. And I just walked in there and was like, told them the story. And they probably didn't give a crap. I think it's a great story. I'm like, I love your cigar. I tell everybody it was my first cigar. And for a first cigar, it's pretty powerful. I have he brought me the extra vecchio, and they're dry cured, and they're not, you don't put them in a humidor. So they're bumpy and gnarly. And for a first cigar, it's pretty.
Yeah, that was rough.
Exactly. Right. So then it wasn't that easy to go from there.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, but it was fun to see them, and they have a story. They have an old, kind of steeped in tradition, but yet to me they feel boutique-ish.
Yeah.
I think because it's kind of a location kind of thing, and they are big in Europe, and I think they're getting better here, kind of spreading out a little bit more, but you don't see them very often.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in the store, but I have the exact website you're talking about. So I
yeah,
have to check them out. I have to check it out.
Yeah, and they have really nice little. They have some that are like the little cigarellos, and with like macchiato and coffee flavors, coffee notes, which are really nice in the morning. I think because they're quick, so you could have one with a cup of coffee. Before work or something like that. Yeah. So. Yeah, I love them. And they're just unusual.
I've never had a dry cured cigar. So yeah, I have to give it a shot.
They're very different and unusual. And they're made, they're torpedo at both ends.
Okay.
That has a special name, and it escapes me. But they're made so that you can cut them in half, and then you have these little shorties. Wow. And they're actually the cigars that Clint Eastwood smoked in all those Westerns, because the director was Italian, and he was like, I want you to smoke a cigar. I don't think Clint Eastwood even really wanted to smoke a cigar, but he was like, you will smoke a cigar, and they will be Toscano. And so it's kind of like the Clint Eastwood cigar. Because, it was always short. He cut them in half, so that's kind of. But anyway. Yeah. So people should follow you on Instagram.
Yes.
You're on Instagram.
Got a Facebook page. It's all the same name, Lagrone Cigar Co. Speaking of Italian, my last name is French, but close enough. Right.
Say that again, because you cut out when you said it.
I said the Lagrone Cigar Co. is just all the same name. So whether it's Instagram, Facebook. Yeah.
Good. So there's a couple of people. Oh, Lou's telling me the audio is bad.
Oh, man.
That's too bad, because, it seems good to me.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah. and I can hear you. So I'm not seeing that anything's bad, but, and Kyle, my friend Kyle is here, and Robert. He said nice selection. I know that was a really nice selection in the box. So Lou just joined. You have like 4? Did you say 4?
3
different.
So 3.
Oh, 3 different monthly subscriptions.
Yeah, so
okay.
Again, that's 3 cigars or 4 cigars or 6 cigars. So.
Okay.
Where's the picture of Lagrone?
I don't know. No. I got somebody telling me what to ask you for questions. We're wondering who that picture is of this person, because it's either when you didn't have hair, but it looks older than you.
That's my dad.
Okay, that's what she
Yeah.
said. She goes,
Yeah.
ask him if it's his dad.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
and that's why I kept the last name going, because it's a tribute to my dad. My dad was one who introduced me to cigars. So when I was growing up, I would always see my dad relaxing in the hot tub smoking a cigar, and I was like, "What is this guy doing?" And then when I got of age, obviously I gave it a shot, and now we smoke cigars together all the time. So it's our bonding that we get. Me, my brothers, and my dad. We get to sit down, have a cigar, and just talk. So,
yeah. Kind of funny. That's how I bond. So that's my son who got me started smoking. So that's how we bond. People are always like, "What? Your son got you started?" That's weird. It's supposed to be the other way around, but yeah. And then he got me started, and look what happened.
Right now you're
my own show, and I know more about cigars than he does. So that's pretty fun. Yeah, so I just might have to take a trip out to Reno. That would be fun.
It's so people compare it to Vegas. It's a much smaller scale of Vegas, but it's still a 24-hour town. There's a lot of stuff to do outdoors. If you've never been to Tahoe, it's the greatest body of water I've seen besides from the ocean. So, and I'm from San Diego, so for me,
okay,
I love the ocean.
Yeah,
but Tahoe, it's breathtaking. It's breathtaking. So
I have not been there yet. So I grew up in Oregon.
What part?
Portland.
I lived in Corvallis for 4 years.
Oh my God, I lived in Corvallis for 7 years while I was at Oregon State.
When did you graduate from OSU?
It was probably way before you. It was probably when you were like a toddler.
Yeah, I graduated in 2011 from OSU.
Oh my God. Graduated in 2011 from college. Well, let me put it this way. In a month, I'm going to my 41st class reunion for high school.
I wouldn't have guessed it.
Out longer than you're normal.
Yeah. My birthday's coming up. I'm going to be 59. So I do remember college, and I do remember Corvallis. I ended up, I was there while I was going to school. And then I ended up living there a few years after that. And so I ended up living there 7 years, and it's really a sweet town. Yeah. And I worked at, did you ever go to Murphy's Tavern?
Yes. Yep. It was one of the 3 bars we had.
Yeah. It's like a biker bar. It's rough. Blue collar for sure. But we used to have these biker gangs that would show up all the time. And it was quite an experience for me, like a young college girl, and those blue collar guys that were always like people. I just don't get embarrassed now. It was like they would always try to think of the dirtiest joke they could to try and embarrass me. And I probably was embarrassed at first, but then I got acclimated. And I was like, oh yeah, you want to hear this one? Try it out, do them. So yeah, Murphy's Tavern, Corvallis. Yeah. And then I just got really tired of that weather. People always say, oh, it's so beautiful there. It's green. Yeah, well, it's green for a reason.
Right. And that's only 3 months out of the year. The rest of the year, it's gray skies.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I say. Like here in Southern California, probably the winter's probably what's considered the winter is probably just about 3 months. That's just about what nice weather is up there. Exactly, and the rest of the rest of the time it's cold and rainy and drizzly, and just that rain where it'll rain for 3 weeks without stopping. And I'm too much of a beauty queen to be walking around in crap in your hair, and I refuse to own like rubber boots.
Right. Yeah. I didn't own an umbrella or rubber boots or anything like that until moving there, and that was only for 1 year. And after that, it was just like whatever. It's rain.
Yeah.
Like. So.
Yeah. It's just so nice down here, and I live about, the beach is about 1.5 miles that way, and so like right now all the breeze that's coming in is, it's been kind of hot. There's been a heat wave, but that's kind of inland, and those of us who live close to the beach, it just stays really nice, and I can't imagine living anywhere else. But I'll come visit Reno.
Let me know when. We'll get you booked up, and it'll be fun.
It'd be totally fun. My girlfriend and I are all about traveling around, going to different lounges and stores, and yeah,
we've got some nice lounge. I mean, like I said, I'm one of 3 retailers, but the other 2 have a lounge.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, one of them Illusione's owner, so Dion Gelito.
Oh yeah.
So his lounge is super nice. I mean, obviously he's got all the best Illusiones. I love that cigar. And then we've got another one that has their own house blend also, and they've got great cigars. So yeah, I can show you around. We have a good time.
Oh my God, this is so good.
Yeah, you get so many notes in that cigar, and it's flawless.
I already think I know what my movie's going to be, but I'll keep smoking it a little bit longer and see. But I think I know. So what was the defining moment where you were like? Because I talk to so many people, and they're like, "Wouldn't it be fun to open a cigar lounge?" I mean, every cigar smoker I know is like, "It'd be really cool to open a cigar lounge one day." And of course, it's not that easy,
right?
And we all have regular jobs, and you have another job. What's your other job?
So I am a gym owner. I own a gym in Reno, and I actually started that a year ago. So it'll be a year in August. I started right in the middle of the pandemic. I didn't care. I knew what I wanted. I pursued it, and I went after it. And here I am now, starting another business towards the end of the pandemic. So I'm a risk taker, a huge risk taker, but I believe in if you work hard and you really dedicate your time to what it is you want to do, you'll get some learning from it. So and
not only that, but you're happy, and it doesn't feel like work.
Right, exactly. The hardest part of running a subscription service is pairing what cigars you want to put in for the month. And as hard as that may be, it's extremely fun because again, I've got these boutique brands that I'm learning and I'm trying to push their brand. And so you throw them in the box, you get responses from consumers, and you know what they like. So God, that last smoke I took, I'm trying to figure out what it was that I just tasted. Like, I mean, there's cedar, but there's almost something a little lighter, like grassy or. Yeah, so I got caramel from that cigar also. So I got grass, like a caramel, like hint of caramel towards the retro hell on mine.
God, it's good. I am so glad you sent it to me because I'm going to keep ordering it.
Good. We'll keep them rolling in. And
so whatever you have in your box, you keep those on hand? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. They're all on the website, yeah. And that's the process I'm trying to get to is when people buy, even if they don't subscribe, they see new cigars. Okay. And that same cigar that's in the box, they can go on the website, order however many they want, or however many are in stock until we get them more. Okay. So, yeah.
I will. I didn't want to do it ahead of time because I didn't want to ruin the surprise, but I'll take a picture of this really cool box.
Okay.
And put it on my Instagram with all your information so people can, I think, like, I know a lot of myself and a lot of my friends during COVID, we've tried to kind of go around and not order from the same person all the time, but to kind of spread the love, which I think is nice because everybody's trying to make it. And it's fun because everybody carries a little bit different stuff. So And I love the subscription services. I think that is a really fun way to, if you're just a busy person and you just, every month, boom, some
Yeah.
cigars pop up in your mail. And
Exactly.
like this,
Yeah.
they might be ones you've never tried before or some of your favorites. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's one cigar that you haven't tried yet, but you know about it and you want to try it?
Oh man, that's a hard one.
I'm just
Gotta
wondering
think
if I
about
will have heard of it. Because
Well,
I smoked.
there's another one based out of Texas called Warfighter, and it's a
Oh yeah.
it's veteran owned, and they give back to wounded veterans. So I'd really love to try that one. I actually just got an email from them today. That's one that I'm looking forward to trying.
Okay.
And then another one that a friend of mine introduced me to that I'm looking to get into my store is Casa de Sueños. I think they're out of LA actually.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to getting them in the store. They have a blend that I really love called Fantasia. And then there's one more. I just lost it.
I just smoked that at PCA for the first time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love that one.
It was really good. I mean,
Yeah.
so the guy, are they LA or are they Bay Area?
One or the other. It's somewhere in California, but I'm not sure. It may be Bay Area. It may be.
Because I was talking to him. He gave me the cigar, and I want to say that it's Bay Area.
Okay.
He gave me the cigar, and everybody was like, "That is so good." And I smoked it, and it was a long cigar.
Oh,
Like,
that one page.
Yeah.
That one was delicious.
God, that was good. That was the Fantasia, I think.
Yeah, it was
Ooh.
great.
Great cigar. Yeah.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My
So
husband-
another cigar, like a boutique cigar maker that you could look into that's really small is Black Star Line cigars.
Okay. Black Star.
He has a cigar called the War Witch. There's actually a film called The War Witch about so it's set way back, I think. I think it's set way back, and this woman is kind of like the village psychic, and she can tell when the enemy's going to attack, and she warns the village. And so anyway, the cigar's made for that. And he's same thing, small company, just started, and man, his heart's totally in it. So
yeah,
check out Black Star Line. Yeah,
I have to check them out.
Yeah, and then when I met him too, I was like, Black Star Line, is that named after the shipping company? And he was like, yes. So, Titanic and the Olympic was the White Star Line.
Yep.
And the Black Star Line was started so that Black people could travel first class because they weren't allowed to.
Yeah.
And so they made the Black Star Line and made these nice luxury liners. And so there's all this really cool history. So I just check it out for sure. Was like, yeah, nobody knows about that. And I was like, well, I was a Titanic buff, so I know about that. But yeah. So his cigar, that War Witch, is really good. And I think he just came out with one more.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because I think that's kind of fun too. Like you can have big name. I mean, it's funny, among boutique cigars, there's boutique cigars, and then there's like really boutique cigars, you know what I mean, where they have like one or two. And that's kind of fun because, like you said, there's 3 shops in your town, and it's nice if you have these like little lesser known ones if people like them, because it's kind of like it's something new for them to try. That's what I like when I go in stores. I always go in cigar stores because everybody carries something different, and frequently they'll have something that I've not heard of. Which is, which is fun.
Yeah.
So
that's how I feel about this one. I know you spoke this one before, but the Ponce.
Oh yes.
So with
Ponce.
Frank, I love that guy. I love that guy.
Right?
I love his personality.
I do.
But this cigar is phenomenal. And like you said,
Yeah.
one Vitola, one size, one cigar, and I bought 4 boxes when I when I got them from him, and I put those in my first month subscription. But I smoke them so frequently, I now have to get more boxes because I
Yeah.
love the cigar. And
It's
that's like,
really good. Right?
yeah,
Everybody I know who tries it loves it too. It's one of
exactly,
those kind of cigars.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's become one of the most requested cigars from my shop, from my subscription
Oh,
service.
that's great.
So,
You know, I just was drawn to it in the beginning because it has a giant P on it, which is my initial. And so I was like, that's my cigar. I need a cigar with a giant P on it. And so I ordered it. I ordered a couple from him, and then I was like, oh, this is really damn good.
yeah,
And he's going to be my guest on Thursday, August 12th,
nice,
actually the day of my birthday. I'm
nice.
doing a 2-hour special, and he's going to be on the first hour. And
I'll tune into that for sure. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So I can't wait to have a smoke with him. And yeah. So that, yeah. Now, see, that's what I mean. Some cigars are really boutiques, right?
Yeah. and it's crazy because I mean, people would think like the bigger brands would get the better tobacco and the better flavor notes, but
Yeah.
this is one of my favorite by far.
Okay, so that leads me into okay, so I'm smoking this cigar, so I guess I should do a little review. So it's like I said, earthy but herbal. Like I like cigars like that where they're kind of, it's not floral, but it's definitely like, I don't know how to describe that, but kind of botanical or something. You know, it tastes like greens or has that kind of like a plant. God, there's some, but you know what? Yeah, I think you're right about the caramel. I was going to say there's something in it that's smooth and slightly sweet.
It's
yeah,
good.
I don't like caramel, so I don't never eat caramel, but I could see that maybe is what I'm tasting.
Right. Yeah.
But it's got this nice little, I don't like a lot of pepper. I wouldn't say this is got a lot of pepper, but it definitely has a nice little bite that keeps you awake. I'm going to pair it with, this movie definitely just popped right in my head. I mean, this is the movie for me. I'm going to pair it with Beasts of the Southern Wild. Have you ever seen that film?
Okay.
It's
I have not, but I've heard of it.
It's really good. It's kind of follows a family living down in the Delta in poverty. I mean, this beautiful little girl plays the main character. And, you know, she runs around with no shoes on and all this. And her father is getting feedback, but her father is preparing her for the end of the world. He thinks the end of the world is coming, so he's preparing her. And then he starts getting really sick, and as he gets sick, the world starts to get sick. There's things start heating up. They start having really hot days. There's some flooding, some storms. And it's almost like, and there's these beasts that appear, and you don't really know if they're real or if they're kind of like her imagination. It's very artsy and it's kind of has this neat flow, but it's like totally in the, like they're just living in the dense forest. So it's all this greenery and, you know, she runs around the Delta and it's a very like contemplative movie. You know, it's not like upbeat. Or,
yeah. A thoughtful that gives you some depth. Yeah.
Complex layers like the cigar. God, like it's getting better as it goes. I'm like halfway now, and I don't know why, but you're on my screen. I'm gonna take you out and bring you back. Just gonna see if that helps. Now I got nothing but a black screen.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see. It's so weird. There you are, but you're
Technology
still,
these days. I'm
now
back.
you're kind of moving, but still a little frozen. Darn it.
Well, I can hear you fine.
Okay, well that's good, and I can hear you. So hopefully everybody can hear you because that's most important. Okay, so you're smoking the Ponce.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are going to pair it to a movie, do you have an idea?
Oh man.
What's your flavor profile on that? Would you say?
So I get minimal spice, but I get cocoa. Get a little nutmeg in there, but I'd also get some earthiness too. So
Yeah.
for me, with this Ponce, I like whiskey, but I'm more of a rum guy.
Oh yeah.
So I usually pair. Right now I'm drinking water because I just got home from work, but I'd pair this with a nice aged rum because I like the little hint of spice in the rum, and it just makes everything enhance for me. So
Or like a
that's
black
my
spiced rum because it's a little bit sweeter and more caramely.
hmm
Kraken is my favorite black spiced rum, and that would be
So
really good with that.
I visited Miami a couple months ago, and
Yeah.
I had some Pontes with me. And I had it with what was it? Started with a Z, but I can't remember the name. Big brand rum. Loved it, but I like it with there's a rum called Kirk and Sweeney.
Okay.
And it's a wonderful rum, not too pricey, and it go for me, for my palate, went perfect with this cigar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that rum? I think it's called Bumbu.
No. I've
People
I
keep
haven't.
telling, and I keep seeing it on Instagram too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not horribly expensive. It's maybe $50 but that's here in California. Our liquor's really cheap. I don't know what it's like in Reno.
Nevada's up there because we have all the
Oh,
casinos. So even our tobacco tax is insane.
well, when I come to Reno, I'll bring you some.
Okay. I'll have you some of mine too. Yeah.
I'll smuggle it in. Yeah.
24
I mean,
hour
we
challenge.
were just in Vegas. I just take my own bar and set it up.
It's a lot cheaper and better that way. So
I can drink more of it and feel less guilty.
exactly. Yeah.
Although I have to say one thing about the cigar community. I was telling my girlfriend, I said, one thing about the cigar community is the guys are really traditional. I can't say that I don't know that I bought a single drink. Isn't that nice?
That's wonderful.
I always feel so bad too. They're like, no, I'm getting your drink. And I'm like, that. I have a hard time saying okay, but.
Right. But at least you know chivalry's not dead, right?
It's very true. It's very true. I mean, it's a great cigar community, and I think you'll find that more and more and more as you get more followers on your page and you start interacting. And your Instagram page is so cool, by the way. Do you do the photography?
So I had a guy do some pictures of me, but most of the product photography, myself or a friend did for me. So I do all.
They're really good.
Yeah, startup company, minimum money to push out, so I try to keep it in house.
Yeah, but it's hard work, right?
It's extremely hard work, and that's again why I love the boutique brands, because you know that it's usually one to 3 or 5 people working consistently into their craft, making emails, making connections. So I love that. I love it.
Yeah. So when do you send your monthly boxes out? Like first part of the month, or how does that?
Usually towards the end of the month. So between the 27th in that area, so that people can get them between the 1st and the 3rd, somewhere around that area. I like to be on time with things. So.
Yeah. Well, it's super beautiful packaging. I mean, and like I said, the selection of cigars was like, wow, really cool. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what's weather like where you are?
I have to get more of those brands.
Are you guys having the big?
So right now, like I said, I'm in San Diego.
In
Reno, yes. So I'm in San Diego right now, but when I left Reno, we're 100 plus for the whole week, and it's dry heat, it's desert heat. But throw an ice cube in your drink and you're good to go.
You know, people said that when I went to Vegas, and it was the first day I got there, it was 118, and I got out of my car and it was night, you know, it was dark. It was nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
I got out of my car and it was like I was walking on a radiator. The heat coming off of the pavement was just like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What the hell? I don't care if it's dry or not. This is horrible. Like,
Yes.
I don't know how people do it, but
no.
I guess you just or inside. And then there was some lightning storms and a little bit of rain, and so that made it humid.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And then there was a wind one night, and I was like, oh, good, it's windy. This is going to be great. We go outside, and it's just this gale force hot wind, like somebody's holding a hair dryer 2 inches from your face. You know, it was just like all my curls just, whoo.
Yep, that's Nevada. Yeah. That's Nevada.
So, well, it's probably nice in San Diego. We're having nice weather here.
I love, if I could afford to live here, I'd move here. But a little pricey in California, but Nevada's not far behind, honestly.
Yeah.
Prices are going up there too, so.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing people always say, well, you could live here or there. You could get, like, maybe I shouldn't say the name of the city. I have some family who live in Idaho, and they're like, you could come here and get a house for $250,000, $300,000, and I'm like, yeah, and then I'd have to live in Idaho. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's cold. You know, it's like you get what you pay for. Yeah, there are cheaper places to live, and yes, California has a lot of tax, but California also has a lot of services that I didn't have in Oregon.
Right.
Things that I really kind of appreciate, and so.
Nice. So I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
When you get a subscription service, again, I'm trying to improve my business. What is it that you look for when you get cigars?
Again, because you cut out in the very beginning. When I what?
When you get cigars in the mail, or if you get a subscription service.
Yeah.
What is it that you look for?
I have to say that I am a little bit of a sucker for packaging.
Okay.
I don't like to get my subscription just in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I really like that about yours. Other than that, I think just I want to see cigars. I don't really care about like all cigars are going to be good. Nobody's going to send out a crappy cigar because that just works against your business. But I want to see them in really good shape. And that's the thing. Like this cigar, when I cut it, everything, it was perfect.
Nice.
You know, it's not dry. It's been well taken care of. That's what I like. I want to get my cigars in something nice, and I want them to be in really good shape.
I'm glad they showed up looking good.
Yeah.
That was one of my concerns is like either the bow of the pack would be stale or the boxes would get damaged, but I'm glad that they took care of it. So
no, it looks so nice. Oh,
good.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't change anything. I just think it's super cool.
Thank you.
Except what I tell you, I said, you need to make stickers.
Stickers, yeah.
Because everybody has stickers, and I don't know why, but it is a thing. People love to get a little sticker in their box.
Yeah. I'll make sure those are in the next one for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you're doing a good thing. So it's just a matter of getting, your word out. I think your Instagram page is awesome. And you said you have Facebook.
Yes, got a Facebook page. I try to be as creative as I can. I in social media, I hate dull pages, so I try to make things pop out, like you said, with some videos here and there, with marketing the actual boxes, but at the same time showing that I love to smoke cigars, so I like to have a good time. Cigars are meant to be enjoyed, so I think that should be a reflection of what I produce.
Yeah. I think it's nice to do the videos too, because you kind of put a personality behind your business. Like people get to see you talking, and
Yeah.
smoking, and it just makes it more personal or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So there's some new people who just joined. I am with Lagrone Cigar, so it's Lagrone.
Yes.
So you are, and it's the same name for Instagram, Facebook,
Yep.
Lagrone Cigars .co is the no.
It's the underscore. Lagrone Cigar _Co.
Okay.
Yep. Mhm.
And he has 3 levels of monthly subscription service, which is really nice. I was just showing everybody, for those of you who popped on, this beautiful box that I got. And close it. So this is one of the monthly subscription boxes. Came really nice. And I got the nicest selection of cigars. What did I do with them? I don't know what I did with that.
Oh, it was right there.
I know, isn't that weird?
It's not inside. Just hold on beside you.
No.
I don't see it.
Anyway, I got the nicest selection of cigars, one of which I'm smoking, which is Southern Draw Cedrus, which is delicious. It is? Oh, yeah. I got this nice pack, and in it were these nice cigars, and like I said, they're really good shape. I mean, I have gotten cigars before in the mail where I'm kind of like, they look a little roughed up. And this one doesn't even have this one doesn't even come with cellophane, and it's just beautiful. It's not, there's nothing wrong with the foot. It's not shattered. They're looking really good. So I got these really nice cigars. Yeah, so that's really cool. So, and he's new. It's a new business. You can order from him. And definitely follow his Instagram because it's really neat. You have a great page. Great photos.
Thank you.
This
will be our.
Which I always appreciate. I take all my own photos, and I know how hard it is.
Yeah, it's like an extra job. I see why people get paid to do this now.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who that's what they do with people's Instagram because it takes a lot of time, and it's time away from your business, and eventually you'll get so busy you can turn it over to somebody. But
that's the plan.
Yeah. But it's really nice. So you're Reno.
Yes, Reno, Nevada.
Yep.
Yes,
and you have a brick and mortar. And so, yeah. So that was for everybody who joined. And I was also going to say to those of you who've joined, make sure that you have subscribed to my YouTube page, because on Thursday's show on August 12th is my birthday. I'm going to do a big giveaway. So I'm doing, for the first time, I'm making Chick Sticks t-shirts and some bar glassware. And I'm going to have cigars in there and a bottle of my favorite booze.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm going to have a really nice giveaway, and that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to draw from people who subscribed. So
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be kind of, so yeah. Well, that's great. Excited. Yeah. So what's anything new coming up, or any, like, when you look at what you're doing in your business right now, is there any you like that would be an addition or an expansion that you would like to do but you're not ready yet?
Well, I would love to include and kind of do what you're doing, but get people to get the subscription service, market it, but then let people talk about it. I don't think we do that as enough to where we actually discuss critiques or how to make things better, or just bringing more life aside from just having, oh, hey, you got a cigar in the mail. You know, let's build a community. Let's start making connections. Let's really push to keep cigars a good, enjoyable hobby.
Yeah.
Looking to build those relationships.
Yeah. So you might have to jump on YouTube like once every couple months or something.
Yeah.
And have a bunch of us will join and smoke and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and if they want to look into the subscription service, that would be website?
Yes, go to the website or Instagram or Facebook. There's links that will connect you directly to the
Okay,
website.
perfect.
The website's super easy to navigate. Just click on subscriptions. It'll show you a drop down of each choice. But we also have
Okay.
YouTube. We have YouTube links that you can
Okay.
click on to see the previous month's boxes. So pretty cool.
Just drop that ash. Okay, that's great. And yeah, that's what I was going to say too. You know, I love this. Like some subscription boxes, they have a whole printout of what the cigar are, but you have this great little QR code that you can jump on, and it explains everything about the cigars that are in the box that month.
Yes.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Very modern.
I just figure it's easier than having a bunch of papers laying around. Scan
Saves paper.
Yeah.
It saves paper too. Yeah, it's good, and it's kind of fun to do that, and then you get it right on your phone, and yeah. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess we came up on our hour, so we could say goodbye. I hate to say goodbye, but I'm getting down there on this, and it is so, God, I'm so glad you sent this cigar. I'm so glad this was in the box, because I have fallen in love with that right there.
When you had the Rose of Sharon, what size did you have?
Oh, it was a long time ago. It was probably like a Robusto, I want to say.
Okay. See, I've only had the Perfecto, so
I'm trying to remember if box pressed or not. I don't know.
I love box press, but I haven't had that one in the box press.
That's my favorite, and this one was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of a soft box press, but definitely box press, which I like. Yeah. I know for a while people just it was like they either liked box press or they didn't, and most people didn't. And now I noticed that Lancero and the box press are starting to kind of come on strong.
Yes. Lancero, I love them.
I don't care for a Lancero, but everybody's like, they have more flavor. Like you should be smoking those. But
I think that's the best thing about cigars is you have so many options.
Right.
Find your own.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if I smoke a bigger cigar, it's not as powerful, and then I can smoke a stronger cigar. And a Lancero might be too much on some of them. But so then I was drinking mango margarita.
Okay.
It goes so good with this.
I bet.
With its kind of like green, herby, full. Yeah. Herby. Yeah. So good. And then I can't wait to try the others too. But yeah, I will take a picture of the box and cigars, and well, not this one now, but put them on Instagram and talk about the subscription service, because it was really nice. Like just the packing is so nice. The cigars are in great shape, and yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I feel really lucky. Yeah. And then next time I'll wait for stickers.
Okay. Yes, definitely. They'll be there. They'll be there for sure.
I know. I'm getting busy making stickers too, because people like them.
We'll come visit when it's not so hot there.
Oh yeah, we'll go like in the fall.
Yeah.
When's the fall in Reno? Like September, October?
October-ish, mid-October. You get high winds and you get some precipitation, and then wintertime. That's when it's.
I don't know if we want to come when it's raining, but we just don't want to come when it's super hot either.
No,
so
we'll come end of
September.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be easy. Okay. Let's see. Nobody asked a question that I need to. They're all just hanging out. Okay, sounds good. I don't know who's on next week, so I'm not going to announce it. I'm working on something. I've got a couple great people coming up. Matt Booth with Room 101 Cigars.
Nice.
And Steve Saka. Just met him at PCA, and he actually said, "When are you going to have me on your show?" And I was like, "Wow."
Nice.
I know. I was like,
Yeah.
whenever you're ready. So those two are coming up, and I have Sinistro cigars coming on. Dapper cigars. I have a whole list. So there's some good people coming up. So it'll be fun. But it was really nice talking to you as from a retail perspective. I know that's totally different. Like,
yeah.
you know, I mean, cigar manufacturers are like, here's my cigar, love my cigar, but you have to carry what people like. You have to make sure that you can move what you take on, and that's a learning curve kind of. But you know, a lot of it I think is just listening to people, and like on Instagram, what are people smoking? What are they saying about it? You start to see a lot of the same cigar, and you're kind of like, oh, well, that must be really good. I'll try it. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Does he have smoking addicts?
I don't think so. You don't have smoking at your brick and mortar, do you?
No, not in my shop.
Okay.
That's a plan that I have in the future. But
okay.
Right now, mostly just online retail and the people coming for the brick and mortar. Yeah.
Okay. Can you? I mean, what are the laws? Like, can you have chairs outside and people can sit outside, or is that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they can sit outside and smoke.
Okay.
Again, we have a ton of hotels and casinos, so
yeah,
obviously you can smoke there. So yeah.
So it's great. They can come get cigars from you and then go gamble and smoke away.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Well, it was great meeting you, and it's gonna be fun to watch you grow.
Thank you. Same here.
You're gonna do really well because your heart's in it. And I mean, look, I'm little peanuts, but I love what I do, and it's going strong. So that's all. You just put your passion into it, and it happens. So yeah. Okay, well, I will say goodbye. Thank you for being on Lagrone Cigar Company, and we'll talk again soon.
Sounds good.
I'll have you back. I'll have you back when you're really getting big, and you'll be like, I don't know if I have time for you.
No, because you'll be big too. You'll be bigger than you are.
I'm too busy. Yeah. All right. Well, take care, and we'll see you soon. Okay.
Perfect.
Bye.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.